Are we live? I think we might be live. Let me just check. Yeah, looks like we're live. With that being said, hello everybody and welcome back to the greatest live show of all time. That is right, everybody. Today we're doing yet another episode of, well, whatever the hell this is. That's right. I know, crazy stuff. Who would have guessed? We're back again. All right, that's right. With that being said, hello Phoenix, and congratulations on being the first person in chat today. Hello Randy S. Hello Chris Lee. Hello Nisi Fam. Hello Katie. Hello Nate.jpg. Hello Moth Silly. The urge to call you a slur. Oh my goodness gracious. I threw up. I'm sorry to hear that, Minty. Hello Mommy Ramiru. Hello Ricardo. Hello MJ Johnson. First like and first viewer. Well, congratulations. And yes, thank you for liking. Double tap the smash like, everyone. That's right. Hi, Peepee Girl. Hello. I miss you. I missed you. Did I say hi to Nate.jpg? But yeah, hello, Peepee Girl. I'm so happy to see you. Hello, Random Animator. Hello, Katie. Hello, Randy S. Oh, wait, I think I already said hi to some of you. Minty threw up. That's true. Hello, Florida Man. You're gonna bring a gun with LEDs on it to a laser tag match? I see. Well, thank you for sharing, Florida Man. Whoa, guys, it's Femyoz GF. I know, crazy. I did like, hell yeah. We had a severe dissociative episode where everyone was yelling in our head and it was indeed loud. Well, I'm very sorry to hear that. And I hope the stream maybe like either helps you calm down or more realistically considering how, loud we can get over here on the Femyoz YouTube channel. I hope at the very least it doesn't make it worse, or at least it entertains you in some way. The pretty makeup, whoa, why thank you. I'm literally just wearing mascara and lip gloss. I'm not wearing anything else. It makes a big difference, doesn't it? Makes a pretty big difference. What can I say? I think I'm going to start uploading videos again. It's going to be like stream segments or something. I'm just going to like randomly record in the middle of stream when I'm like reacting to something. And then maybe if I'm not feeling super lazy, I'll turn it into a video. I already have like a few of those. It does. You look great. Why, thank you. Yeah, I'm literally just wearing I'm not wearing anything other than mascara and lip gloss. But like, even with because here's the thing, right? I've been on HRT for almost 2 years now. Like in a few days, on June 2nd of 2025, it will be officially my second year on HRT, right? But HRT in of itself isn't the only reason that I, look way better than I used to. I mean, it's a big reason. It's probably the biggest reason there is. That and the fact that I, take better care of myself now than I used to. At least in some ways. I used to be a competitive swimmer, so I guess in terms of working out, I don't. But in terms of of everything else, actually, I don't know. I've actually had a terrible diet. Look, the fact of the matter is, I just look better, okay? I've been eating more, or at least trying to. I think I'm about to go on my Auschwitz moding arc again, but that's okay. It happens to the best of us, all right? Dude, what's interesting is dude, I cannot retain weight. So I guess it makes it kind of easy to cycle through weight in terms of losing weight. So I was going out of my way to gain weight, right? I was trying to have a calorie surplus. And then the other day I hit 143 pounds. I was a few days ago. Now I'm down below 140. And it's why? I mean, I guess I'm not complaining, but it's it takes a few days and then it goes back to all right. I mean, fair enough. But yeah, I think the best thing to do is cycle through weight. Maybe, I don't know. I'm not recommending it, by the way, in case it's not healthy, but I know I sound stupid. What's HRT? Well, a lot of people don't know what HRT is. It's perfectly fine to not know. HRT stands for hormone replacement therapy. So it's what trans people use when we transition sometimes. It's basically male or female hormones, right? So I was assigned male at birth. If you couldn't tell from all of my extremely clocky features, I am a fridge brick Giga Hun man motor after all. But that's besides the point. With that being said, I take estrogen. I take 6 milligrams of estradiol, right? So that causes my body to produce estrogen, which in of itself even acts partially as an androgen suppressant. but I also do take like anti-androgens. So I take spironolactone, so I take 100 milligrams of that, and it basically blocks all my testosterone. And I also take progesterone, which is like a female hormone that makes your, it increases your libido, I guess, for some reason. The reason I'm taking it is mainly for boob growth. I guess I don't really give as much of a fuck about libido or whatever. I use it to increase my libido, TRT. I can go 7 times a day is crazy. Why would you do that? That's like the worst reason to do it. I'm sorry, but like I get it. Having a low libido isn't as fun as having a high libido. I don't know. Like, I get it. But, you know. Yeah, we can't gain weight either. We've been stuck at 130 for a year and a half. Yeah, aren't you like 5'7"? Or no, you're shorter than me, right? Aren't you shorter than me? Y'all be shorter than me, right? Excellent. I've been stealing estrogen for a while now. May I receive a royal pardon? Huh? As someone with a low libido on prog, it sucks. Wait, how does it suck on prog? Because, like, I'm actually curious about that. Because, like, for me, I don't think that prog increases my libido at all. I think it's, like, the same. I don't think it decreases it. I think it's just, like, exactly how it normally would be, I think. Hi, I wore my tail in public today. Well, congratulations. Why the fuck are you still on my For You page? Holy fuckamole! God damn, thank you, Lucy D. Venus, for the $80! You beautiful fucking bastard saying tighten that collar, babe. Oh my... Holy shit. So this one's actually on the tightest setting, but I have one that goes tighter. So, I have this one. Oh, sorry. This is the string I use to play with my cat. I have this one that goes tighter than this one. So this one's already on the tightest setting, so I'm going to replace this with this one. So normally, with this one, right, I put it on the... Ah! Fuck. Here we go. There we go, on this setting. So, I guess I have to do one more than that. That feels awfully tight. Oh my god. Yo, what, dude? It's so fucking tight. Jesus. Wow, I see how it is. I see how it is. I'm not gonna be able to tighten it more than this, okay? So if someone donates again, being like, tighten it more, I don't think I'm gonna be able to do that. Okay, y'all are 5'3". Okay. Y'all be 5'3". Alright, fair enough. Yeah, y'all are shorter than me. So y'all have, like, the same fucking BMI as I do, then. Y'all are just like me for real. Like, goddamn. Anyways. Let's see. Why do you wear the collar? It's a choker. Actually. But, call chat Ricky Ricardo the way we love Lucy. Hell yeah. Can we get some 07s in chat for Lucy? That is a big ass dono. $80 fucking dollars. Like, goddamn. That's massive. And you know what else is massive? Low taper fade. Okay, sorry, that was like not funny at all. Look, the fact of the matter is, yes, the low taper fade is massive. Yes, low taper fade. IDKY, I said collar, my bad. No, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. I'm just teased. Well, I mean, some people call it a collar to tease me or whatever. They're like, oh, well, I could put a leash around it. And it's like, well, yeah, technically. But it's only because it's got, like, the heart thingy. You know, I mean, no, it's not a collar confirmed. Shut up. My height adds to people questioning what gender I am. I'm barely 5'1". I'm in high school with a high-ish voice. Visually, I mostly pass, though. Hell yeah. Let's go. W for visual passing. So are you like a trans guy then, I presume? I mean, it looks like a collar. Shut up. No, it doesn't. It's a choker, not a collar, all right? Shut up. Double tap to smash like, okay? Osama says, that there's, dude, okay, first of all, if you're in 6th grade, you shouldn't be watching my content. What are you doing? All right? You're not even old enough to have a YouTube account. And second of all, how are you 6'1"? Jesus Christ. That's not real. You're lying. You're lying. That's like my dad's height. Yeah, trans guy. Figured. Hey, we love our short kings over here. Yeah, I'm 7'4" in 3rd grade. Yeah, dude. Incredible, incredible. Last message. Femyoz, we are incapable of gaining weight. It's such an L. We are scared to weight cycle just in case we lose too much because we have ED issues. Oh, yeah. You don't do it. Do not weight cycle if you have an eating disorder. Please, God. Yeah, I forgot to mention that. If you have an eating disorder, don't even consider it, okay? Bad idea. All right? Just try to stay a consistent weight. All right? If you can. Like a consistent healthy weight, I mean. Right? Like try to be like average weight, basically. Like, anyways, you're not by your helicopter like me. Spin that she's. What does that even mean? You want me to spin around like a helicopter for you? Is that what you're asking? I'm much taller than any other woman in my life. Is it over? Nah, probably not. Probably not. OMG slay. Love the outfit. Why, thank you. I guess I'll show off the outfit. I'll even do a skirt go spinny or two. Cause you know, it do that. And you know, we got an $80 dono first thing in stream. Like goddamn. I wish it showed up on the Streamlabs thingy, you know? Alright, there you go. It doesn't really go up that much, but whatever. Oh well, I guess. Oh well. W fits? Hell yeah. But yeah, I wish that with super chats, like, cause you see how like down here it says daily dono goal or whatever? It doesn't work for super chats for some reason. No, I think that the most ideal scenario would be like, cause like YouTube takes 30% of super chats or whatever, so like maybe it could, like, if I was like good at programming, I'd probably figure out like a way to have it like be like, okay, so it'll be like 30% of that super, like every super chat will go to like, or sorry, 70% of every super chat will go to the daily dono goal bar thingy, or whatever. Or I could just, but I'd rather it like just like be like inaccurate in terms of like showing like, oh, like this is how much people have donated, rather than being like, yeah, I know, 30%. Yeah, people don't know that. Yeah, people don't know that, do they? I always find it fascinating how people don't know that. Donate through another platform. Well, yeah, I mean, that's why I have Streamlabs in the pin message. So, streamlabs.com/femyoz/tip. But Streamlabs doesn't work for everybody, right? So for Lucy, Streamlabs most likely doesn't work. Though I'm pretty sure you can't have a space in your name. I wonder if that's why it didn't work. I don't know. But it's just, for some reason, Streamlabs doesn't work for some people. So that's why we also accept super chats. And super chats are easier too, right? Super chats are easier. So that's why, so like, it's like a, you win some, you lose some type of thing, right? Because like, a lot of people might intuitively think, well, why do you have super chats on? Wouldn't you want everyone to go to your Streamlabs? And it's like, well, sure, but like, super chats are easier to do, and like, sometimes Streamlabs doesn't work for people, and you get the point. You get the point. 3 messages ago? Wait, what was 3 messages ago? But like, I want curves and can't get weight. But maybe if I go down and no. You're dysmorphia maxing. Stop it. Nope. Nope, don't do that. Bad idea. All right? Don't do that. All right? If you want to gain curves, I recommend doing it through working out almost exclusively. Like, work out and eat, okay? So, I would recommend, right, for someone that has, like, body image issues, keep in mind I'm not a professional, but this is my best educated guess on what would be the best thing to do. Also, you're valid. Have a good day, Femyoz. Thanks, you too. Sorry, what was I saying? You still do YouTube? I haven't watched you in 2 months. Welcome back. Sorry, what was I saying? Right, yeah, if you have like body image issues or whatever, like it's gonna be the case that like, whatchamacallit, uh, losing weight through not eating is a really bad idea, okay? Don't do that, all right? Eat a lot of food, and if you wanna lose weight for whatever reason, work out. Don't overkill it. Don't like hurt yourself doing it. But I would recommend doing a lot of squats. I would recommend doing core exercises. I don't want to lose weight, but if it could superficially make us look heavier, I would just recommend. Okay, so you're not okay. I'm glad you don't want to lose weight. Okay, because you're already like fucking skinnier than I am. I would recommend leg workouts. Focus on legs. Try to make your legs as big as possible while being able to have like a little bit of like fat around them, right? So if like you have like a lot of like muscle on your ass and on your thighs, then it's gonna be the case that like and like you have like a small layer of fat, like you're gonna have like the fattest, healthiest looking ass ever. All right. About to become an ED statistic. Don't do that. Don't do that. All right. Look, that's like what I intend on doing, but I'm lazy, so yeah. If a person is severely overweight, I would recommend what? Oh, I would quote unquote not eating somewhere in the regimen. What do you mean by not eat? Well, I guess it depends on what you mean by not eating, okay? Because there are healthy and unhealthy ways of losing weight. Like, is it potentially faster to lose weight from like starving yourself? Technically, but that's like really unhealthy. That's really bad for you, right? Don't like that's going to cause health complications, right? The best thing to do is if you're overweight, slowly lose weight over time. That is the absolute best thing that you can do, all right? Don't starve yourself, work out, just focus a little bit more on your diet, etc., right? Stuff like that. If you have like some sort of like, and there is also going to be people that have like genetic predispositions towards being overweight, in which case there might not be as much that they can do, but obviously you don't want to like, you know, roll over and give up or whatever. Like you just still try. I don't know. I think that it's like a bad idea for people to like try to lose weight quickly or for people to go on Ozempic. Don't do Ozempic unless you absolutely have to. Like if that's the only way you can lose weight, then sure, fine, whatever. But like, I don't know. I don't think that people should just like turn to things like Ozempic if they are overweight or whatever, right? Like there's like a difference between being like skinny versus skinny and healthy, right? I think it's better to be slight. I would also maybe I'm wrong on this, but I'm pretty sure it's better to be slightly overweight than slightly underweight in terms of health, right? Now aesthetically, people seem to think like actually, well, I don't know, it's not as bad as it used to be. Like anorexic like type bodies like used to be glorified. Like I'm gonna be so real. You know, there was a point where you know, it was seen as a good thing for a woman to look like a literal cutting board. You know, it's kind of interesting. Ozempic is actually making people blind. Don't do it. Well, I don't know about the blind thing, but that side part is severe, yeah. But I just know that like I'm gonna be real. Like if you're gonna lose weight, you gotta. I guess I can't make you do anything, but like you gotta like do it in a healthy way. Okay, but like chubby people are hot. I agree. Last message by the way. We managed to lose 10 pounds in 3 weeks unintentionally, so maybe we could do it controlled this time. Ignore the fact that we felt physically horrible for those 3 weeks. Don't do that on purpose, please. Don't do that ever. All right? Don't like randomly like don't starve yourself. Don't like make yourself lose weight or anything. Don't do that. Don't cycle if you already have like severe like body image issues or like eating issues or whatever, right? That's only going to make the problem worse. And you're going to have like a worse eating disorder. I think there's like a specific name for that specific type of disorder. Is it okay to be a 25-year-old virgin man? Yeah, I don't see why not. I guess it also does depend on context, but I think that like, look, I'm going to be real. Like who cares if you're a virgin? Like, I don't give a shit. Like, as long as you're like a nice person, I don't know, I'm not gonna make fun of you for it. You know what I mean? Now, if you're a dickhead, then I'll make fun of you for it. But I make fun of anybody for anything if they're mean to me. So, yeah. Anyways. But yeah, no, I'd say that, like, I don't know. I think that people being, like, desperate to lose their virginity is fucking stupid, right? Like, I get it. You don't want to, like, be missing out or whatever. Like, fear of missing out is very real. But at the same time, like, vanilla sex ain't that good. Like, it's pretty mid. Like, I only like, you know, some of the more insane shit. And even then, it's like, you know, usually it's almost just as good to, like, imagine it. You know what I mean? Okay, in all fairness, it is better to experience it. But, like, I don't know. Look, fact of the matter is just go at your own pace. And, like, some people just aren't interested in, you know, sleeping with people. Some people just don't have a high libido. Some people just, you know, aren't interested in a relationship. And, like, all of those things are perfectly fine. Some people aren't ready. And I think that that's perfectly valid, right? I don't know. That's my opinion on it. Tell me you've never had good sex without telling me you've never had good sex. No, I've had good sex and I've had okay sex and I've had bad sex. There's a variety. But it's not what people make it out to be. All right? Like it's not what people make it out to be. You know what I mean? Now, part of it might be like I have like a generally more I don't know. I don't have as much of a sex drive as other people maybe, but at least not in terms of like physical attraction. Like part of me wonders if I'm like on the A spectrum because I'm more attracted to dynamics with people than people themselves. Does that make sense? Like I'm attracted to people, but like, you know, it's more like I'm more likely to be attracted to like a dynamic. Like I don't see someone that's like physically like hot, but like know nothing about their personality and then like immediately like wanna fuck or anything. Does that make sense? Like it wouldn't even like cross my mind type of thing. The only instance in which like I might have like a crush on somebody based on their looks is if they have like a very like alternative aesthetic, like an aesthetic that says something about their personality. You know what I mean? Okay, so you're literally normal. Maybe. I don't know. It's hard to say. Is that not just normal? I'm not sure. I think people are just different. I think everyone is different. I've talked to people that are like, you know, I don't know, like keep in mind that I was like male socialized, all right? And, you know, I grew up around guys and like they were like horny as fuck. Like they didn't give a fuck about like and to be fair, like, you know, people were young and dumb. You know, it's like whatever. We were all in high school. But I felt like I was like the odd one out for like, I don't know, not seeing like an attractive woman and immediately like being like, I don't know, like turned on or whatever the fuck. I thought like I was like same thing for like hot guys. Like it doesn't even matter what their gender is. I'm like, I don't know. Maybe I just have like a low libido or whatever. Augie RFC reference. Wait. Are you, wait. What's the Augie RFC reference? What's the Augie RFC reference? Is it the I am here to debate you one? Dude, I forgot about that. I'm just kidding. I would never forget about that. Dude, I saw that. Dude, I feel so bad for Augie, dude. He's, losing his hairline, dude. He's gonna be bald like Keemstar. It's fucked up. Dude, only HRT can save Augie, okay? We need to save his hairline, all right? Dude. Hello, I am Femyoz. I am here to debate your hairline. I don't know, my voice doesn't sound the same anymore. Hold on, wait. Hello, I am Femyoz. Oh god, I can't even fucking do it anymore. God damn it. But I also, dude, wait. Hold on, I recognize that name. Wait. What was it? Wait, Kyle Kittenhouse, I recognize you. I swear to fucking God, I recognize you. Where have I seen you before? Are you like a commentary chatter, I assume? I swear I've seen you. Or maybe I'm thinking of somebody else. I don't know. Do a Darth Vader voice? Dude, I'm gonna be so real. I am not even close to being able to do that. Rittenhouse is the guy that shot people. You mean Rittenhouse? No, that would be Kyle Rittenhouse. Kyle Kittenhouse's commentary chatter. Anyways, trans man here. Why, hello. Sup, Queen? Hello, Scene Queen. Hope you're doing well. Your comments are more bigoted than usual, Femi. Well, we also have more viewers than usual, so yeah. I mean, we've got that going for us. Let's see here. Rittenhouse is a goat. I'm sorry, but like, what makes him a goat? What, like, why would he be a goat? I'm like confused. I'm not even shitting on him. I'm not saying there's like I don't know anything about that situation. Like, I'm gonna be so real. That shit happened well before I was, you know, invested in politics. So I don't know or give a fuck about the Kyle Rittenhouse or anything to do with that, because like that was before I cared about politics. But I don't know why it was. Anyways, why is there so much hate in this chat? Because like trans people are bad and icky or whatever. He was just walking and then strangers attacked him. Okay, so he got attacked and then he defended himself. Okay, I mean, if that's what happened, then like, fair enough. I don't know. I know there was like a bunch of debates about it, so like, I'm not gonna have a position on it unless I research it, because I'm gonna be real. Like, I don't know anything about it, so I don't know. I'm not gonna have a position on something I know nothing about. So yeah. Why can't people just fucking swipe if they're transphobic? Because people are weird, you know. People are weird. People are strange. He literally crossed state lines while underage and not legally able to operate a weapon that he possessed to pick a fight with strangers, and they defended themselves, so he shot them. Okay. So now I've gotten like 2 explanations that contradict each other from 2 different people that say the literal opposite of what the other person is saying. So I have no fucking clue what actually happened. He went out looking for violence. Is that so? I don't know anything about it. If that's so, then yeah, fuck that guy. I don't know. I have no idea. All I know is that a really long time ago, Vosh and Destiny had a debate on it. You know, my 2 favorite sex pests in the community, in the Twitch poll community. Even though neither of them are on Twitch anymore, I don't think. I don't know. I don't watch them. Well, I know Vosh isn't. I know Vosh was banned from Twitch, because I used to watch quite a bit of Vosh. Dude, not my proudest beat is crazy. Anyways. Vosh and Destiny are idiots, though. Oh, I'm aware. Yeah, they're pretty dumb. I don't know. People have compared me to Destiny because I talk faster than the average person. Like, no. Talking faster and making arguments sometimes doesn't make me Destiny, alright? Like, sorry, I haven't shared people's nudes around without their consent, so I literally cannot feasibly be Destiny. Alright? Your hairstyle is cool. Thank you. Thank you. You're pretty dumb. Incredible argument. Hassan is sexy. Hassan is fucking hot, but like, he's an idiot. He's an actual himbo, I swear to God. I know that's like kind of the aesthetic he's going for, but like, I don't know. I fuck with people that are like, you know, more intellectual or whatever. I don't know. Hassan is a little bit too loud and annoying for my liking. I don't know. He's definitely a himbo. Yeah, I don't really fuck with Hassan that much. I don't know too much about. I know there's like a lot of controversy around him and Ethan Klein. I don't know. I don't really care. I don't pay attention to it anymore. I don't know. I don't care if you're a fan of either of them. Just watch whoever you want, I guess. Watch whoever you think is the most entertaining and has the best takes. What are some of your beliefs, spiritual or religious? I'm an atheist. Hassan is a terrorist supporter. Yeah, like I'm gonna be so real. Like, I don't know. I think maybe he supports I don't fucking know if he supports terrorism or not. I don't pay attention. Like, I'm gonna be real. I don't give a fuck about like random YouTube drama bullshit. Like, I don't know. I used to care, and like maybe I care like in the this is entertaining and I'm watching somebody crash out sense. But I don't really care in the I'm gonna make like a bunch of moral prescriptions about like the ethics of engaging this way in this specific controversy. Like, I don't give a fuck. He's actually pretty intellectually rigorous for a layperson. Like, I think I agree with most of his politics from what I understand. Like, I think I agree with most of Hassan's politics. But like, atheist for the win? Hell yeah, Cobalt. Hell yeah. Resisting genocide isn't terror. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, my position is that, like, the IDF is the terrorist organization that's genocidal. Hamas is also terrorists, you know? Hamas are terrorists, and the IDF is terrorists. They're all terrorists. That's my position. I'm not going to do the both sides bad thing, though, right? Because there's clearly a disproportionate amount of power in regards to the Israeli government. Not to mention the fact that the Israeli government deliberately went out of its way to lead to Hamas being the only opposition group, right? So that's sort of, there is a nuanced conversation to be had. But I don't know. I don't know if Hassan defends Hamas, though. I have no idea. Because, like, I will say that there is most likely more nuance. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm defending some. I haven't heard his arguments, but, like I would be sympathetic to the position of, like, maybe something along the lines of, like, what Hamas is doing isn't okay, but this is a direct result of the IDF giving them no other choice, treating citizens this way, and removing all other opposition groups, right? So Hamas is bad, but this is the inevitable result of these circumstances, right? If he makes an argument like that, I'm perfectly fine with that. Now, I'm not sure what he says. He could be a terrorist supporter. I don't fucking know. I think he, like, might have interviewed a Houthi, maybe. I don't remember. I have no idea. So if both sides are terrorists, why pick side? Well, I'm not picking either of those sides. I pick Palestine. I know, crazy. But the Palestinian people are not terrorists? Yeah, exactly. That's the problem. You can't collectively punish an entire population for what some people did. Yeah, I'd say that the IDF has killed more people than Hamas, to be clear. The IDF has killed far more people than Hamas, right? So that's why I'd say that the IDF is worse, right? But I would also say that, like I'd be careful not to, you know, defend Hamas either, right? For whatever reason, whenever people are pro-Palestine, the immediate assumption is that we must support Hamas. Like, no, I'm just anti-genocide. I actually think it's, like, bad to kill people. He does not defend Hamas. No one does. Yeah, see, it's like, I don't know. I'd have to, like, actually, like, watch content from him and about him in order to know what his positions are. Look, I'm not going to praise or denounce him because, like, I don't know. I don't know enough. And I don't care either. Anyways. I don't know. I'm not as focused on the drama side of anything anymore. I don't know. The only drama that I like is when I get to, like, make fun of some sort of lolcow. But I haven't even done that in a while. I haven't even done lolcow content in ages. I've just been talking to chat. So leave Hamas to behead and SA women and take hostages? Did I say that? That's the plan? They want to kill the entirety of Palestine? Palestinian conditions in Gaza before October 7th. Okay? No, I'm not trying to... I'm trying to find something that would be... Hold on. What's this? Amnesty International? No clue what this is. Let's see. Background. Israel entrenched its military occupation of the Gaza Strip and West Bank through the expansion and fortification of military zones and of settlements in the West Bank in November. Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu dismissed the then Defense Minister Yoav Gallant, citing disagreements over indefinite direct Israeli military control of Gaza and recruitment of Haredi, ultra-Orthodox Jews, to the army. The conflict between Hezbollah, a Lebanon-based armed group, and Israel escalated significantly. On 23rd of September, the Israeli military launched Operation Northern Arrows. On the 1st of October, Israel began a ground invasion into southern Lebanon. On the 27th of November, an Israel/Lebanon ceasefire deal was signed. In April and October, Israeli attacks on Iranian targets killed senior military officers. Violations of international humanitarian law. Israel perpetuated the crime of genocide in Gaza by killing Palestinian civilians. Do you think that Palestinian civilians are the same thing as Hamas, causing serious bodily or mental harm and or deliberately inflicting conditions of life calculated to bring about Palestinians' physical destruction by causing mass forced displacement, obstructing or denying life-saving aid, and damaging or destroying life-sustaining infrastructure? Israeli attacks during the year caused at least 23,000 immediate fatalities, according to the Health Cluster and WHO, in the occupied Palestinian territory. Some 60% of those killed were women, children, and older people, right? Like, I'm sorry. Here's OCHA reported that 52,000 Palestinians suffered conflict-related injuries during the war. Like, I'm sorry, but like 90% of Gaza's population were displaced, most of them multiple times. On the 6th of May, Israel began a large-scale military operation in Eastern Rafah that extended to the whole governorate, despite warnings of catastrophic humanitarian consequences and a legally binding order from the International Code of Justice to refrain from doing so. The operation displaced 1.2 million Palestinians living there, the vast majority of whom were already internally displaced. It also closed and destroyed much of the Rafah border crossing Egypt. Following repeated mass quote-unquote evacuation orders, 6 October, Israeli forces ordered the displacement of the remaining 300,000 Palestinians from North Gaza governorate. More than 1 million people, half of whom were children, were living in tents during the winter. I'm sorry, but like, do I need to keep going? Do I need to keep going? Or like, is it like obvious that like, oh yeah, like this is like they're violating human rights? Like these are like obvious human rights violations. Like how long do I have to go to make it clear? Hey, by the way, the IDF is bad. Can't even pronounce government? No. You're just illiterate. You see this? GOVERNORATE. That's not government. That's governorate. It clearly says governorate. All right? Read both sides. Oh, yeah. In case you, the both sidesing the genocide. Of course. Dude, what about the other side of the genocide? What about the genociders? What about their perspective, I guess? Apartheid, forcible transfer. OCHA reported that in the West Bank, including East Jerusalem, Israeli authorities demolished 1.7 thousand buildings, permanently displacing some 4,500 Palestinians, the highest figure in 1 year since 2009. Israel continued its campaign of destroying Palestinian villages in the West Bank. According to the NGO B'Tselem, I don't know if I pronounced that correctly, the Israeli military administration subjected the populations of 6 Palestinian villages in the West Bank to forcible transfer by demolishing their homes and threatened at least 40 more communities, each with several hundred inhabitants, with the same fate. Israeli forces allowed or encouraged settlers to terrorize the inhabitants with impunity and sometimes participated in the violence. Israel established 43 new settlements in the West Bank in addition to around 330 established in previous years, according to Peace Now, an Israeli anti-occupation organization. Some 2,400 hectares, I don't know what that unit is, of land in the West Bank were declared Israeli state land, the largest confiscation of territory in the OPT since 1992. Like, I'm sorry, but like, how do I have to keep going? Okay, so a cap? That's your only counter argument? Like, what's your evidence that this didn't happen? Like, what are you talking about? Like, do you think that the OCHA is lying? Is the OCHA lying? Or do you think it's the case that like, hey, maybe the IDF is bad, right? Like, you can have multiple positions at once. You can believe it's the case that A, Hamas is bad, terrorism is bad, right? You can have that position while also holding the position that the IDF is also bad. Those aren't mutually exclusive, right? Like, why do you think that those would be mutually exclusive? People care because genocide is bad and because Israel runs the White House. If you're American and pay taxes, this is what you're paying for. I wouldn't say that Israel runs the White House. It's more along the lines of America sees Israel as like a very useful sort of territory for our military, right? That's what it boils down to, right? Though I will say that there are some, like, I think that there are some politicians that are like genuinely like Zionists. Like, I'd say that Biden for example, would be like, I think he's ideologically Zionist. But these people in chat get in my nerves. Yeah, it's like, I don't know. Spewing BS. Lol. You should definitely stop talking about things you don't understand. Okay, what specifically did I say that you disagree with? Like, do you think that the OCHA is lying or what? Like, make it make sense. Oh, actually, all of the human rights organizations and the OCHA and shit, all of those are lying. Actually, the WHO is lying. The health cluster is lying. The OPT is lying. Everybody is lying except for Netanyahu, I guess. Yeah, that totally makes sense. We think you're lying to yourself about what? The genocide that there's evidence for in the Gaza Strip? Like, what are you on about? Anyways. Presidents from the 1800s would be disappointed. Free Palestine? I agree. Oh, about my gender. When was I talking about gender? I was talking about Palestinians being genocided in the Gaza Strip. That's what I was talking about, because somebody was denying the fact that there's a genocide there and trying to defend the Israeli government. So then I read an article that cites multiple organizations that have noticed the abhorrent genocidal behavior of the IDF. Apparently that has something to do with my gender. How is it genocide if their population is doubling? Maybe if you paid attention, you would have, like, I don't know, like, heard about, like, the millions of displaced Palestinians and the many thousands that were murdered by the IDF, the amount of innocent civilians, the fact that 90% of Gaza's population has been displaced, the fact that the Israeli forces are attacking hospitals, the fact that there's restrictions and delays on approvals of aid transfers. Let's see. As a result of Israeli military siege, 96% of Gaza's 1 million children were malnourished, and some 60,000 children under the age of 5 suffocated acute malnutrition by the end of the year. Nearly 2 million people faced critical to catastrophic food insecurity, according to the Integrated Food Security Phase Classification. I'm sorry, how much do I have to read? And the UN reports must also be lying. The bullshit law that from the UN RWA, that's like, that prohibits contact between Israeli officials, such as those managing aid transfer approvals, and the UNRWA, the main agency providing aid, education, and health services. What do you think that law exists for? What do you think that's for? You think, it's just there for funsies. It's there for funsies. It's all part of a grand conspiracy to make Benjamin Netanyahu look bad. No, Benjamin Netanyahu just sucks. I'm sorry, that's just a fact. Right? Bro, I'm from Israel with Palestinian friends. What are you talking about? We both lost wait, hold on. Wait. Did somebody get timed? Did they get timed out? Wait. I actually want to engage with this. Hold on. I'll give them a 10-second timeout to replace it, okay? All right, so, bro, I'm from... Oh my god. Fuck. Go back up. They were spamming. Okay. All right. Don't spam again. My bad. Oh, okay. Yeah. No worries. Okay, you did the right thing then. All right. He has another chance, I guess. All right, because I'm nice. I'm from Israel with Palestinian friends. What are you talking about? We both lost family members. Where is your respect for both human lives lost? Huh? I've made it very clear that I oppose Hamas, right? Hold on, like, you do realize that, like, yes, people on both sides are dying, right? Hamas is bad and the IDF are bad. I'm very clear with my position, am I not? You respect your gender? Well, I appreciate that. Why oppose anything? Like what, genocide? Because genocide is bad, right? So I'm against the IDF committing a genocide. You know? IDF is good because they make Muslims go complete. Dude, I'm sorry, but it's like, dude, I can't have it, like, it's hard to have a serious discussion about, I oppose war in general. Oh, what a brave take. War is bad. Thank you, Nix. I'm sorry, I'm just teasing. I'm just making fun. All right? We both in the wrong, man. Look, I'm sorry, but like, I think that the IDF has led to circumstances that caused Hamas to exist and be as powerful as it is in the first place. Right? We have to look at the bigger picture here. As bad as Hamas is, as evil and morally reprehensible as they are, as bad as October 7th is, because I agree, right? That shit is some of the most reprehensible shit imaginable, right? It doesn't justify what the IDF does, right? And it's also not representative of the Palestinian people who just want freedom, right? It doesn't justify millions of innocent Palestinian civilians being displaced from their homes. It doesn't justify the aid them being forced to starve to death. Israel preventing aid from reaching them. Like, I don't know. IDF has the right to secure borders by doing a genocide? What? Huh? Make it make sense. Good soul you have and brain. Thank you. I appreciate that. Is 1 million Jews displaced from Islamic nations justified? No. What is this like weird whataboutism? Oh, hi. By the way, I like waffles. Oh, so you hate pancakes? No. Multiple things can be true at once. What are you fucking talking about? Like, yeah, I think it's bad to displace people. No fucking shit. Like, obviously that's my position. Do your parents love you? Absolutely. You are what Hamas calls a useful idiot by saying that terrorism and genocide are both bad? How does that make me a useful idiot? Anyways. People need to realize that Hamas is exploiting Palestinians. I'm sorry, I agree that Hamas is bad. That doesn't magically justify the IDF doing a fucking genocide. Doesn't magically justify all of the things that I just read through. It's like, it's literally the do you condemn Hamas meme. Yes, obviously I condemn Hamas. Hamas is bad. But you can agree that Hamas is bad while also taking the position that genocide is bad. These aren't at odds with one another. It's like the obvious common sense position. You are stuck on one topic. Do you not realize that? Dude, now I understand why fucking Hassan Piker, only talks about this. Because people are, fucking deranged. And it's, such an easy slam dunk argument. Goddamn. Yeah, it's quote, I think Hamas is bad. The world's smartest Zionist. Ah, so you admit that you think Hamas is good, actually. Yeah, they're willfully retarded. No, literally. It's actually brain dead. It's actually brain dead. You've said this so many times, girl. They are so too stupid to get it. Yeah, you have a point. You have a point. Supporting Palestine doesn't automatically mean you support Hamas. It's not Harlem. No, literally. The IDF bad, Hamas bad, Palestine good. Right? Even Saudi Arabia supports Israel. Is that even true? If it is, I don't care. Ah, well, you see, another country also supports the genocide. Your point? Hassan supports Hamas. What are your thoughts? I don't watch Hassan or care about Hassan or have anything to do with Hassan. I don't know if I don't know what he supports or not. Okay, I don't watch him or really much, if any, content made about him. So I don't know, right? I'm not gonna say that he's the ultimate terrorist defender because I don't know enough about him. I'm not gonna say that he's I'm not gonna claim that he doesn't defend terrorism because maybe he does. I don't know, and I don't care. I don't watch his content. You know? He definitely doesn't support Hamas. People are just trying to set up paper tigers. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know anything about Hassan. Hassan's kind of cringe IMO, not for any political reasons. He just has a bad vibe. No, literally, that's what I've been saying. I don't know. I haven't seen... Look, I've seen some, dumb... his analysis isn't always... I don't know. He's had some, dumb takes. I think he, had like a shit take on like fucking Russia and Ukraine. I'm pretty sure. I don't know. I vaguely remember some stuff. Look, I'm not gonna hold that shit against somebody. I don't care. I don't know about Hassan. Would Hassan like me? No, probably not. I've made far too many edgy jokes and will continue to do so. He probably would not appreciate my sense of humor. But you know, like I don't like I'm not gonna like paint him as like evil or whatever. I don't know enough about him. I don't care. People defending Hassan is a bigger fight. Look, I don't know enough about Hassan to like defend or like condemn him. I don't care about Hassan. I don't give a shit. I don't watch his content. Let's pivot. Capitalism, pro or anti? Anti. I'd be in favor of market socialism. I think he'd like you just fine. Nah, I'm pretty fucking edgy. Like, in terms of my politics, yeah, he'd probably like me. In terms of the jokes that I make, probably not. You're probably saying that as somebody who hears, like, my political positions and, like, me, like, you know, being a leftist. But, that doesn't mean that, like, my humor coincides with his. He would fucking despise my humor. I want to be real, okay? I find the George Floyd jokes funny, all right? Because they are, all right? Anyways, so why are you a leftist? Because leftist positions just so happen to be the objectively correct ones. What jokes lately? No jokes? Well, yeah, it's kind of difficult to make jokes when I'm, like, you know, in the heat of the moment talking about, like, how, yeah, actually, there is, like, a genocide in Gaza and stuff. I rarely talk about it, by the way. Look, I'm not someone that's gonna talk about it on a consistent basis or frequently at all, okay? George Floyd jokes leave me breathless, like, not gonna lie. No, exactly. Exactly. But the reason that George Floyd jokes are funny when I make them is because they're fucked up, right? Like, if it was the case that, if I were to believe, actually, he was, overdosing on fentanyl, and that's why he died, and he was, like, resisting arrest and stuff. If I, like, believed some, like, retarded shit like that, like, the objectively wrong position, then, like, there wouldn't be a joke. That would just be, like, an opinion, right? But, like, if I say that I'm doing fentanyl, I'm actually George Floyd maxing, right? Like, it doesn't make sense if I actually believe that. If I actually believe that he died from fentanyl or whatever. Like, oh yeah, dude, you actually overdosed. You overdosed on Copney. I don't know. Yeah, I love dark humor, all right? I don't know. And, like, I'm not one to get offended by much in particular. Like, when it comes to humor, like, I'm pro-comedy. I wouldn't say that I'm a free speech pseudo-absolutist anymore, because, like, that term is fucking cringe. I used to call myself that. But I'm, like, pretty pro-free speech. I think you should be able to say whatever the fuck you want. I feel like George Floyd jokes are more so making fun of the police, which is correct. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. I make jokes like that all the time whenever we talk about police. Like, if someone brings up a scenario in which I get, like, hypothetically arrested by an officer, it's like, all I have to do is say, officer, don't shoot. I'm not black. You don't have to arrest me. And then they let me go. Pretty pro free speech, all or nothing. What do you mean all or nothing? Like, I think that things like child pornography aren't free speech. Does that make sense? Like, I think that should be banned. I think that things like lolicon and child pornography, and like ISIS beheadings, should be banned. Okay, I don't think that those are like good, or like yelling fire in a movie theater when there's no fire. Okay, right? So, like, obviously, I don't take, like, an absolutist position. I take... The closest I would consider myself would be pseudo-absolutism, in that I think that people should be allowed to share whatever political positions they want. Does that make sense? I think people should be able to share whatever political positions they want. Whatever ideological positions they may have, I think that they should be allowed to share them. Right? But, like, you know, there's, like, some stuff that's, like, a little bit muddy, like inciting violence. You know? Anyways. Free speech in a movie theater should be banned. No talking during the movie, you heathens. Oh, absolutely. Look, and here's something that, like, you know, even, well, right-wingers don't agree with me on this anymore because, like, they have more control over the media right now. But like, I've consistently held like an anti big tech censorship position, right? What's interesting is this is like historically, not historically, but like in like recent decades, it's been like something that right wingers will talk about. They'll constantly talk about how they're shadow banned and right wing censorship. And while I do think that they, in many cases, blow out of proportion because they'll say it with like the loudest microphones and they're not actually banned. It's like, oh, your content is dog shit. Nobody's watching it anymore, and you fell off. You're not shadow banned. But like, I do think that there is something to be said about, you know, people getting shadow banned. I think there's something to be said about people, you know, getting deplatformed, etc. Right? I don't know. So it's not like I don't go around being like a leftist for its aesthetic, right? Like, I would say that aesthetically, that would be like aesthetically right, but I'd say it coincides with my other leftist positions. So, look, fact of the matter is, I'm very internally consistent. Love hearing you speak. Thank you. Ever think Christians are into trans with how much time they spend with them? No, literally. Like, I unironically do believe that a lot of the men that hate trans women, like, irrationally, are mad that they find some of us attractive. Anyways, do you ever wear makeup? Yeah, I'm wearing a little bit of makeup right now. I'm wearing just a tad bit of mascara, and a little bit of lip gloss, though the lip gloss is, like, soaked into my skin. So, oh well. Free speech absolution doesn't negate actions having consequences. Sort of. Okay, it depends. All right, are we talking social consequences or like losing your platform, right? Because some people will make the argument, well, free speech like only applies to the government not being able to tell you what you are and aren't allowed to say. And I'd say that's the most important form of free speech. That matters more than all other forms of free speech. But I don't want corporations deciding what I am and am not allowed to say. I think that's fucking ridiculous. I don't want Elon Musk to decide what is and isn't allowed in terms of political speech. I don't want Google to decide what I am or am not allowed to say. Does market socialism cure anything, or is that just more of the same? I think it solves a lot of issues. I don't know. I don't like using the term cure, right? Because no matter what government you live under, like you're gonna have like some at least small level of corruption, right? The goal is to minimize it, right? The reason I'm in favor of market socialism, right, is because you retain the markets, right? So everything continues. It's like super capitalism, okay? Here's how I would explain it to like an old person, okay? That hears the word socialism and thinks, oh, that's like scary, okay? So hear me out, okay? I just came up with this brand new idea, okay? It's like capitalism, but better, okay? We'll call it super capitalism, okay? It's like capitalism, but like with more democracy, all right? So think about it, okay? We retain a market economy. Now, you know how like we vote for, you know, presidents, and we vote for you know, state governors and local politicians and shit like that, okay? What if we did that, but at the corporate level? I mean, you would agree that corporations have far too much power. You would agree that the disparity in wealth between the people that are extraordinarily rich and people that are middle class or poor is astronomical, right? Of course you would agree with that. And you would agree that, you know, the people at the top don't have the best interest of, say, for instance, the workers or the consumers at heart. Well, what if there was a system that accounted for this? Say, for instance, one that allows say, worker cooperatives to decide who their CEO is. You know, perhaps allow the workers to elect their CEOs and their managers and whatnot. Or, alternatively, you could have, like, it be like there could be like voting percentages. So maybe 50% of the vote would be, or like maybe like 70% would be from workers, 20% from 20% would count from consumers or whatever that have consumed products from that company for X amount of time, and then 10% would be general population, right? There are a lot of things that you could do, right? Now, the way that I would be in favor of getting there would be like having like a very like strong, like implementing like a really strong social wealth fund, right? This is something that we see in like the and like some of like the Nordic countries. And I would also be in favor of something along the lines of whatchamacallit, of subsidizing worker cooperatives, right? So in that case, we wouldn't even be it wouldn't even be like necessarily like we would slowly fix things over time. I saw a YouTuber who gave no shits about CSA and CSEM victims and dated to call PDF files cupcake lovers. Genuinely pissed me off when that freak said he needed to worry about his monetization over actually spreading good ideas to help prevent CSA and the creation of CSEM. Yeah, no, look, here, I will say, there is like a problem with like supposed PDF hunters who don't actually hunt PDF files, and what they do instead is they have a tendency to virtue signal and say, look guys, PDF files are bad. Did you know that it's bad to groom children? Yes, we all know that. Very, very brave take. Well, wouldn't it be funny if I like, went undercover and then like did entrapment on the pedophile so that they don't get convicted? No, that wouldn't be funny. It would be better if you, didn't do entrapment, and you, try turning them into the authorities, the responsible things to do. Like, now what's interesting, you brought up cupcake lover as like a term for PDF files. And I find that fascinating because Alex Rosen, the guy that absolutely butchered the ever-living fuck out of that investigation, I think he's better now. I think he actually catches predators. He's actually one of the better, predator catchers or whatever. I'm pretty sure. I that's what I've heard at least. I don't know. In addition, there was another person who dropped a file about a PDF file, and it turned out they didn't even report them to the police until after I told them, and that now they have a chance to run away. Yeah, it's like, look, these people don't care about justice. These people don't care about protecting kids. They care about their bottom line, right? Are you talking about Vitali? I'm talking about PDF file hunters in general. Like, this is like an issue with like a lot of these people that like do this shit for a living, right? It's like they make content out of it. It's basically like glorified PDF file investigations, but where you don't get any actual results. Anyways, it's always funny when conservative chatters use the wrong rage bait phrase for the situation. Their entire politics is just trying to memorize which phrases make people mad, huh? No substance. No, literally. Let's see. It's absolutely ridiculous that you have to say dumb shit like grape or unalive. It literally turns serious topics into some goofy Pee-wee's Playhouse type shit. Yeah, like, I think that YouTube shouldn't demonetize people's content for, like, yeah, saying words. I don't know. Like, sometimes, like, for me, I base it off of how well I'm doing in the algorithm on a stream. So, like, when I'm streaming, if I'm doing well in the algorithm, I'll use, like, the substitution terms, just to make sure that it, like, keeps me doing good in the algorithm, to maximize the likelihood. But if I'm getting, like, 50 viewers or something, then like I'll say whatever the fuck I want, basically. I don't know. Smart? Yeah, exactly. You believe the US is capitalist in 2025? Well, yeah, obviously. Yes, we are experiencing late stage capitalism right now. It's one of those things where AI is only bad because of capitalism. All right, and I'll explain why. Okay? You know how it's a common talking point, among many people that care about politics, on either side of the aisle even, that, AI is stealing jobs. That's something that, like, most people seem to agree with to some extent. That AI is replacing jobs, right? Or that it's going to replace jobs, okay? I think we all agree on that. The reason that this is an issue is because you and I, right, the people that aren't in power, the people that don't own massive companies, do not benefit from that. We don't benefit from that labor, from AI. Only people at the top do. And guess what? If it's cheaper to use AI over people, the people at the top will just hire AI instead of people, except that money doesn't need to go to anything other than maintaining the AI, right? Making sure it's operating properly. But aside from that, right? They don't have to hire any workers. And guess what? They have more wealth that they can hoard. Maybe it allows them to maybe sell something at the same price, but for less money. But guess what? That fucks over the workers, right? And guess who benefits from that? Not us. Not you guys. Not me. Only the people at the top. Now, ideally, AI would be collectively owned. And what I mean by that is, if there is AI being used in place of labor, or whatever it may be, whether it be, physical labor or mental, right? I believe it's the case that the amount of money that generates should go to the people. It should be distributed among people. I don't believe that it should be something that benefits the people at the top and nobody else. With AI and automation, we're supposed to be moving towards having more free time and more fruitful lives, but that doesn't seem like it's going to happen. It's not going to happen because of capitalism. Okay? It's not going to happen because we live in a system that won't let it happen. Because the people that are in power, the people that have wealth, especially people with generational wealth, arguably the most powerful kind that you could have, those people, well, they don't care about our well-being, to say the very least. They care more about buying more Lamborghinis and more nice things for themselves that they don't need. And by nice things, I mean things that you would never feasibly need or benefit from in the slightest. Oh, well, what if I bought like a mansion that I'm never going to use all of the rooms of? And what the fuck are you going to, what the fuck would somebody do? What do you do with a mansion? I don't understand. What are you going to do? Oh, let's hire like a cleaning service to clean all of the rooms that I never spend any time in. Right? Yeah, it's literally just hoarding. It allows them to hoard more wealth. And unless we do something, unless we get to a point where things done by AI are collectively owned and therefore benefit the masses, those who own it, right? Those who own it are the masses, then the masses benefit. If those who own it are the oligarchs at the top, then it's the oligarchs at the top that benefit. Keep in mind. I think capitalism was initially a good idea. I think that, it was an upgrade from feudalism. Big upgrade. And at the time, it was a revolutionary idea. But revolutionary ideas don't always last indefinitely because shit changes. And the system gets exploited and people get fucked over. People who claim to love America don't understand why we exist in the first place. Right? By the way, for the record, I'm not somebody that loves America by any means. I care about America. I want it to do well. I love it in like the I wish the best for it type of way. But I guess I hate some of the things that it does, okay? A lot of the things that it does. Such as imperialism in the Middle East, for example. When it did that, that was a bad idea. Yeah, obviously. Like, fucking no shit. Right? But I want America to do well. I want America to be good. And the fact of the matter is, the whole concept behind America was, at one point, revolutionary. See, conservatives don't understand this. They claim to be pro-America, they support the founding fathers. But the founding fathers weren't complacent. If you existed back then, you would have been viewing the founding fathers as radical leftist revolutionaries. Because at the time, that's what they were. That's what they were. Anyways, with that being said, I wish we could go back to work harder, not smarter. They all seem happier that way. Huh? You mean smarter, not harder? I think that we should work smarter, not harder. I think that people shouldn't have to work hard. I think in an ideal society, no one would have to work hard, and we'd all just like have AI do all of like the shit that nobody wants to do, while we all like do art or like entertainment or recreational activities or spending time with friends or whatever the fuck we want. You know? But we can't have that if only the people at the top own that. We have to own that. Artificial intelligence is evil. Artificial intelligence is not evil. The people who are currently in charge of artificial intelligence, the people who have the money to be the profiteers of it, are evil. So, therefore, it logically follows that they use it for evil. Isn't that literally the point of technology? Yes, but technology only benefits the owner of said technology, right? So, we don't benefit from AI replacing us. Only the people at the top do. But if we owned AI, if that was something that there was some level of collective ownership of, well, let's just say we would all be benefiting right now. We wouldn't have to work as hard. We could be more fucking lazy. You, my friend, you watching, unless you're like a basement dweller that got lucky, okay? You probably work a lot harder than you should because you don't have a choice. You shouldn't have to work as hard as you do. Just putting it out there. Well, the system we live within doesn't allow for you to relax. It doesn't allow for you to not worry about financial struggles unless you're lucky. It doesn't allow for you to have a break, for you to pursue your artistic endeavors, for you to pursue things you actually give a fuck about. Just saying. Why would you want to be lazy? Pain pushes growth. I think people deserve the option. I think that in an ideal society, people should be able to do whatever the fuck they want. I think that being beholden to a miserable job is, in a way, antithetical to freedom in some ways. It's more free than other alternatives. It's freer than starving, I guess. But if you're working long shifts, if you're being exploited for your labor, etc., are you really free? If it's a job that you hate? No, you're not free. And you will never be free under the system, will you? And even once AI replaces all of the jobs, if we live in this system, we end up suffering the consequences because we don't get jobs and we're not getting paid for what the AI does because we don't own the AI. And that's why I'm in favor of collective ownership. So, with that being said, I think I've made my point very clear. Yeah. Under Islam, you would be... Dude, I don't give a fuck about Islam. I shit on religion all the time. Okay? Jesus had a foot fetish and died. R.I.P. Bozo. Muhammad was a pedophile that raped a 9-year-old. Fuck that guy. Christianity endorses genocide. Islam endorses homophobia. Like, I'm sorry, but religion endorses terrible things. Just saying. Automation done right can free humanity to pursue a life of leisure, self-improvement, and internal growth. And that's what I want. AI can do that, but not under a greedy capitalistic society in which AI is only used by the rich to get richer, inadvertently causing the poor to become poorer. Christianity does not promote genocide. Well, I mean, your God literally did a genocide, but, you know. I think that doing a genocide is an endorsement of it. It also endorses slavery. I don't know, just like Google Bible verse that endorses slavery. Bible verse about God doing genocide. All right, you'll find it. Agreed, but you have to protect democracy if you want socialism. Market socialism is just democracy plus. It's like super democracy. You know? But market socialism isn't the end point. Keep in mind. I used to think of it as the end point, but I'm getting to a point where I realize that it's the end point, but only for a time. Only right now, given the state of our technology and society, would market socialism be perfect. With the development of AI, eventually, hopefully, we wouldn't need, workers. Also, thank you so much, Lucy D. Venus, for the $10, you beautiful fucking bastard. Saying Streamlabs is giving me a hard time, but here you go. Yes, no worries. Never feel bad about not being able to use Streamlabs. I know a lot of people can't use Streamlabs. I know that, like, an issue that people have had is, like, if they have, like, a space in their name, then it's, like, then it won't work. But yeah, thank you. You've donated a shit ton, Lucy D. Venus. Thank you so much. Also, thank you, G352281, for the $10. You beautiful fucking bastard, saying equity maxing. I agree. Thank you very much. Very much appreciated. $100 dono goal reached. Oh shit, you're right, because you donated. Yeah, because if you look here, chat revenue 90. Right, so you guys donated 90. This is before YouTube takes 30%, of course. And we got 10 from Streamlabs. God damn. Thank you very much. Anyways. I'm gonna drink some water. Yippee, $100? Hell yeah. I really fucking wish that the amount of money would show up down here. Hydrate, I am. Hair is doing good today. Thank you, Duvastum. I appreciate that. I very much appreciate that. But yeah. I need to figure out how to make it like how do I make it count? Like visual settings, source. Like I don't like, yeah, there's like no option to like make it count like actual like super chats. It only counts Streamlabs donos, unfortunately, for the dono goal. But yeah. My favorite Bible chapter is the one where those two ladies are reminiscing about the Assyrian dudes with donkey dicks who bukkaked them. Bukkaked? I don't know what that word is. Ezekiel 23. I don't know what that word is because I'm retarded. Hey, Femyoz, I have a serious question. When do you and the transition is finished? Great question. Thank you for asking. Very serious indeed. I will be sure to take it with the utmost Dude, my headphones... Dude, this is like the one time where my headphones make my hair look worse. What is happening? Alright, I need to, like, figure this out. Alright, or is it better if I do it like this? I prefer it, like, on, like, the one side, because it looks more gay. And then, like, have it, like, kind of, like... Yeah, like this. I think this is good. Pretty Femi, thank you. Looking cute tonight, Femi. Thank you, Jay the Fae. I very much appreciate that. But yeah. Let's see. Your male hairline is showing. I'm sorry. Got a little bit of a forehead. I wouldn't say that's a male hairline. It's a good gag, but I'm not gonna do the iDubbbz thing where I mascara's on point 2. Hell yeah, thank you. I'm getting better at it. I've been doing mascara for like what? Like little under a week now? Like, has it been a week? If Femi, can you check things to put on stream? Yeah, sure. Discord. Alright, let's see. What do you want me to watch? You should really, really listen to Jordan Peterson. I'd really rather not do that, actually. He's fucking boring. I don't like him. He sucks. Dude, Jordan Peterson sucks and is gay and stuff. That's right. Let's see. Server. Okay, femtards, things to put on stream. Trump says he likes gay porn. Oh, that's awesome. This is Lobby of Hobbies' first video, apparently. All right. All right, let me close that. All right. Hold on, give me a sec. Okay, so this is a video from YouTube mod Lobby of Hobbies. They uploaded a video called Trump Says He Likes Gay Porn. Okay, let's see what this is about.
This next question comes from the user Hammer Gaming. Can you make a 50-word speech, but every word is I watch gay porn, well, Ham's gay porn, I watch 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 gay porn. I watch gay porn, 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 watch gay porn, I watch gay porn. Porn, I watch gay 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 porn. Now, isn't that just the most beautiful, most magnificent, most epic 50-word speech you ever heard? It's like a Shakespearean sonnet, but better. It's like
It sure is. Chat. I think he might like gay porn.
like a Beethoven symphony, but more original. It's like a Van Gogh painting, but more colorful. It's like a Trump tweet, but less offensive. Nah, who am I kidding? It's as offensive as it gets. It's as ridiculous as it gets. It's as unhinged as it gets. It's,
You know, if this was our, if this, you know, this is like a rare Trump W, I can't lie. You know, I wish he was, you know, like this all the time.
as funny as
Yeah, no, this is not AI, this is real.
It's as un-PC as it gets. It's as un-PC as it gets. It's as unwoke as it gets.
That's true. Gay porn is like based in trad pill.
It's as unboring as it gets. And it's all
Yes, this is in fact content.
thanks to me, the greatest president the United States has ever seen. Thank you. Thank you. This next question.
Anyways, that was that was intense. That was like awesome. That's my favorite Trump speech. Anyways. Yo, fem, good night. Pink guy, we'll see you tomorrow. Oh, hell yeah. Dude, I love Pink guy. I love Filthy Frank. I miss Filthy Frank. All right. Hey, thank you, Lucy D. Venus, for the $2. Saying, show feet, please. I'm not showing feet. No, I can't encourage this. We're not doing that. All right? No. No showing feet. Stop it. I will never. You can't make me. Anyways, I want to drink some more water. R.I.P. Yeah, R.I.P. indeed. That's what I thought. Is Filthy Frank reborn, by the way? My original channel was deleted. Oh, yo, what's up? Femi, you should try a little bit of black eyeliner on your bottom lash line. I don't know how to do eyeliner yet, but once I learn eyeliner, I'll start experimenting with stuff like that. How much to show feet? $500. Yeah. Anyways, yeah. What was I gonna talk about? I actually don't know. Hey, Femyoz, hello, Tia. 500, I'll hold you to it. Oh, God. Oh, God, please, no. No. All right, well, I would, you have my word. All right? You look so huggable. Thank you. Thank you. I very much appreciate that. Chat, do you like watching self-hating conservatives talk about how much they hate themselves? Well, I sure do. Today we're going to be oh God. Today we're going to be watching somebody called Finding Sky. She has 100,000 subscribers, and she uploaded a 4.5-minute video called I Want to Be Religious, But I'm Gay. Oh no! I guess it's a video about whether or not gay people can be religious, or something. Let's see what this is all about.
Me and religion have always...
Finding Sky, just look up, idiot. That's true. What? Hold on, why is she trying to find the sky? Just look up, idiot. It's above you. Are you stupid or something?
Me and religion have always had a complicated relationship. See, I never grew up in an overtly religious household, but my mom...
Well, that's good news. Hold on. Let me make sure, is the audio level? It sounds like a little bit loud on my end. Wait, hold on, let me check. I think the audio is level, right? Her voice feels kind of icky, yeah.
Me and religion have always had a complicated relationship. See, I never grew up in an overtly religious household, but my...
Wait, hold on, wait. Why does it show up as properties? Okay, that is the right device, okay. It's like louder on my end for some reason, I don't know why. All right, let's try this again, okay?
Me and religion have always had a complicated relationship. See, I never grew up in an overtly religious household, but my mom did take me to church a few times between the ages of 7 to 10. I remember...
I remember I used to be a Lutheran until I was in, what, 7th grade? And then I became agnostic and then an atheist. I guess I'm like an agnostic atheist now. For me, what really did it for me was the notion of hell. The idea that somehow infinite suffering for your finite actions is magically it's somehow a proportionate punishment, right? It's somehow justified in the eyes of God to condemn people to suffer infinitely for their finite actions. Like, mathematically, it doesn't make any sense. Like, it's obviously dumb. Not to mention the fact that it's cruel and not very forgiving. All things that directly oppose what Christianity claims to preach.
I remember the church's youth group being pretty dope. I mean, they always had ice cream and an air hockey table, so I don't think I ever necessarily dreaded going, but the message of the pastors always seemed to kind of go over my head. Fast forward to my teenage years when I came to the realization that I like
big booty Latino.
And
Damn, that was incredibly funny. This is the part where you laugh out loud. It's funny because he said big booty Latinas. That's the joke, you guys. Like, hold on, wait, let's go back
years
here.
When I came to the realization that I like
big
seemed to kind of go over my head. Fast forward to my teenage years when I came to the realization that I like
big booty Latino.
And
like, I mean, you didn't think about this until your teenage years. Like, it didn't take me that long to figure shit out. I don't know. Like,
instinctively, I rejected religion entirely. Because in my head, gay and God were two things that just didn't go together. In fact...
Why, though? Like, why can't they go together? Look, I'm not a religious person, but these aren't mutually exclusive by any means, right? Like, there is a very... I mean, there are religious scholars that are Christians that have made the case for all of, like, the lines against homosexuality in the Bible being mistranslations. And actually, they were about pedophilia, right? It was saying that a man and a boy shouldn't lie together, not a man and another man.
In fact, I started to have some pretty strong feelings against religion. How are some words in an old book gonna tell me how to live my life? Was the
unironically true. Yeah, I agree. You should be a free person.
threat of going to hell just some fear-mongering tactic made to...
Yes, it literally is. That's what it is. Like, the entire concept of hell is completely irrational and flies in the face of everything that Christianity claims to be in favor of. Again, infinite suffering for your finite actions is not a punishment proportionate to any crime that you could commit here on earth. It doesn't make any logical sense, especially not if the God is all loving, all powerful, and all knowing and all forgiving. Because in that case, he's not very loving, right? You wouldn't send somebody you love to suffer in hell for eternity. I'm sorry, that's just not the case.
To control people? Was religion just some way to make our insignificant life appear significant?
I mean, yeah, sort of. That is a function that it serves for a lot of people.
I didn't feel comforted by any of these ideas and started...
Well, yeah, because you actually thought about them. Of course they're not very comforting. because the ideas are stupid.
Started to feel like all of it was just a bit of a scam. But recently, I've started to think about religion in a much different way. And I think
Okay, and why is that? How have you come to a different conclusion? I'd like to know.
what's led me to reconsider the potential importance of religion is seeing what the world looks like without it. My
Seeing what the world looks like without it? What are you talking about? The world is still very religious.
generation has predominantly lost sight of any sort of God.
Oh, dude, she's gonna make the argument of what, in favor of cultural Christianity or some shit like that?
Is seeing what the world looks like without it. My generation has predominantly lost sight of any sort of God. There's
The problem being what exactly?
virtually nothing connecting the members of Gen Z except for intense nihilism and infinite doom scrolling.
Yes, the two genders, Christianity and nihilism. Those are the only two possible things that you could believe. You couldn't possibly believe in a different set of positions such as utilitarianism or deontology or whatever the fuck, or virtue ethics. No, it's either Christianity or no morals at all. So right off the bat, she's making one of the... Sorry, I'm gonna make this into a video, I think. Yeah, right off the bat, so I'm gonna edit. Right off the bat, she's making probably the dumbest argument that you possibly could.
Eat, sleep, scroll, work, and die. There's no strong set of values holding our lives together. There's no
What about utilitarianism? Like, I practice utilitarian ethics. I value things like compassion and empathy as well. I value being kind and compassionate towards people. I value things like kindness, independent of the existence of God. I don't need a God to tell me to be a good person. I care about people regardless. I want people to be happy. Bringing happiness to other people is sufficient purpose.
There's no community, no greater purpose, no afterlife. People don't even want to have kids anymore. We don't seem to care what or if we leave anything behind. And I think
I'm sorry, but like, who gives a shit? Like, you can have kids if you want, but nobody should be pressured into it. Also, kids in this economy, I mean, fucking come on.
a big potential cause of these issues is the decline of an overarching religion. Regardless of whether
And you've found the causal link for this from where exactly? Like, where is the direct causal link? I'd like to know. Right? Because you could make an argument that there's a correlation. There seems to be a correlation, but you haven't demonstrated that there's a causation. All you did is show, oh, hey, by the way, look at the line on the graph. Do you see this? This is the line. The line on the graph is going down for Gen Z, and that means bad. And Gen Z also doesn't believe in God, so it must be God causing the line to go down on graph.
you believe a God actually exists or not, religion as an ideology is supposed to provide a set of values that aids in the function of a society.
You don't need a religion for that. You can have values independent of a religion. I don't need a God to tell me that, hey, by the way, it's like bad. Like murdering and raping people is bad. Like, holy shit, who would have guessed? Like, I'm sorry, but if you need a religious, like if you need a religion to tell you that it's bad to murder people, I'm sorry, but you belong in a psych ward.
It encourages being kind and generous to your neighbors because you're stronger as a community. It discourages envy because it's
Hold on, wait. Stronger as a community? What are you talking about? You can have community without religion. Like, all of the so-called benefits of religion you're describing have nothing to do with religion. Yeah, there are religious people that do those things, but it's not on the sole basis of their religion. You can do all of the things that you listed, independent of religion, whether it be having kids, having morals, having community. These all exist independent of religion.
encourages being kind and generous to your neighbors because you're stronger as a community. It discourages envy because it separates you from people and leads to dissatisfaction. But despite agreeing with many religious sentiments, there's one little problem. I'm gay, which
Imagine being one of them homosexuals.
is apparently not acceptable and basically there's one little problem. I'm gay, which is apparently not acceptable in basically any religion, so it's kind of
Yeah, it's almost like religions are dog shit and right wing. Who would have guessed?
hard to support something that doesn't support me back. I would
Yeah, no fucking shit. So surely you're not going to support something that doesn't support you back, right? Like, let's play that again. All right, this is important.
acceptable in basically any religion, so it's kind of hard to support something that doesn't support me back. I would
Yeah, no fucking shit. If religious people Like, I'm sorry, but like if a religion preaches that I don't deserve basic human rights and that I'm not allowed to be myself, then yeah, of course I don't support that religion. That's the common sense position. Not to mention all of the other logical inconsistencies within Christianity and Islam, and basically every religion for that matter.
I would feel a bit ingenuine claiming a religion that condemns something that is inherently and unchangeably a part of me. I think people make the assumption that gay people reject religion, but...
Hold on, wait. If it's the case that you agree that it's an unchangeable characteristic, you can't change the fact that you're gay, right? And you agree that there's nothing wrong with you being gay, then you agree that Christianity is wrong. It's incorrect about gay people, right? If it's the case that Christianity is anti-gay, and it's also the case that you're of the position that being gay is perfectly fine, then you necessarily must agree that Christianity is incorrect.
But if you're anything like me, I don't reject religion.
You don't reject religion? Why? It's illogical. Like what?
Religion rejects me. If you...
Oh, religion. I don't like, well, I'm sorry. This sounds like something I would hear from r/I am 14 and this is very deep. That's what that fucking sounds like. Like, God, I didn't reject religion, you see. Religion rejected me. Like what? Okay. So if it's the case that religion rejects you, then why would you be in favor of it?
You choose to adopt a certain religion, I believe you also adopt the responsibility to uphold the values of that religion. So
generally, yeah, I would agree with that. Unless you want to be a complete hypocrite.
even if I wanted to be a part of one, am I not just instantly excluded for failing to uphold one of its core values? I've wrestled...
Well, it's almost like its core values are fucking stupid, and that there are better morals that you can have, independent of religion, such as you, for example. If it's the case that you're not religious, because you're gay or whatever your reasoning may be, and you don't practice Christianity, then you yourself serve as evidence that you can have moral positions independent of religion. You don't need religion for that. And if it's the case that you don't need religion for that, then that destroys your entire argument. Also, I need some water. Oh my god.
wrestled with these ideas for a long time, and I want to be clear that I'm not claiming to have the right answers. I'm just
okay. So what are you claiming?
sharing my perspective as someone who appreciates the values of religion.
The values of religion? But you just acknowledged that the values of religion can be wrong. So why do they have to be religious values? Why can't you just have morality independent of religion? I don't understand.
Whose existence essentially defies God. Unfortunately, I feel like I would weaken a religion by claiming one. There's no...
You would weaken a religion by claiming one, and that would be bad because why exactly? Like what? Like the whether or not Christianity is true or false has nothing to do with whether or not you're rejected by it. Whether or not it's true or false is a contingent upon something independent of that, right? It's going to be the case that what you should use, right? What you should use to determine whether or not Christianity is true or false is facts, logic, reasoning, do an internal critique, see if there's any evidence that supports Christianity or goes against Christianity. Like, look at where the evidence is. Realize that there is no evidence in support of Christianity being true.
There's no way for me to adopt a religion without inadvertently tainting it. God's not...
Tainting it how? By being gay? Like I'm sorry, but like, tell me you're self-hating without telling me that you're self-hating. Like, goddamn.
Not a buffet. You can't choose one ideal to follow and then...
Huh? How about you think independently? Is that not what you're doing, is thinking independently by not being religious? Like, I agree that, like, yeah, if it's the case that you're religious, you don't just get to, necessarily pick and choose, right? Either all of it applies or none of it applies, right? Like, I would agree with that. But it's also going to be the case that you seem to not be religious. So why are you advocating in favor of believing in something that you don't believe in? It seems a bit silly.
And then ignore the next. If you choose to follow a religion, there should be a deliberate and conscious devotion to it. Something that I think about a lot is how I want to raise my future kids. And
okay. Sure.
more often than not, I come to the conclusion that I would much prefer to raise them religiously.
Fucking why? If you don't even believe in a religion, why would you raise them to believe in something that you believe is false? That's stupid. Well, I view that as no different from, I don't know, telling them that Santa Claus is real, but then not telling them, when they're older. Like, it'd be like telling them that Santa Claus is real in their 20s. Like, okay, sure. Like, why would you fucking lie to them? Like, why tell them that Christianity is true if you don't believe it is? Or do you believe that Christianity is true, but that you're not able to live by your values or whatever? Because it has to be one or the other.
As I've mentioned in this video, I do think that religion is overall a good thing. The values—
No, it's not. There's no evidence of this. People are good and other people are bad. But it's not on the basis of religion. People have used religion to justify good and terrible things alike. People have used religion to justify slavery. People have used religion to justify slavery, imperialism, the Spanish. What do you think the Spanish Inquisition was?
in and of themselves are beneficial. But if I want my kids to be religious, then shouldn't I be religious too? I mean,
yeah, you might be a little bit of a fucking hypocrite, don't you think?
that's kind of the predicament that this whole video is about. I feel drawn to religion for a multitude of reasons, yet I don't feel like I belong in it. Would I weaken the symbol of Christianity by—
No, the symbol of Christianity doesn't magically become weaker if a gay person is a Christian. I think that's stupid as fuck, right? But if you believe that the only way to be a Christian is to not be gay, so basically be born differently, I guess, or else skill issue, then surely you would agree that Christianity is wrong. Why would you want your kids to believe wrong information?
by adopting it? Is it immoral of me to represent a religion that my sexuality is rejected in? I don't know, dude.
Is it immoral for you to perpetuate something that... Huh? Hold on. Wait. Let's rewatch
I don't feel like I belong in it. Would I weaken that my sexuality is rejected in? I don't know, dude. I just find myself represent a religion that my symbol of Christianity by adopting it. Is it immoral of me to represent a religion that my sexuality is rejected in?
Your sexuality is rejected in. Like, hold on. Do you at least agree that it's the case that Christianity is wrong if it rejects gay people? Like, you would agree that that's wrong? Or do you think that you being gay is wrong? Right? Because it has to be one or the other. You can't have it both ways. You can't have the cake and eat it too.
I don't know, dude. I just find myself rejecting the apathetic, valueless nature of my generation.
The apathetic, valueless nature of our generation? Okay. Normally conservatives will talk about how, Gen Z is too soft and, they care too much about shit. Like, dude, stop being so soft. But, this seems to be the opposite argument. I guess we're, not soft enough or something. We're, too nihilistic and just don't care or whatever the fuck. I don't know. People on the right need to make up their minds. Look, the fact of the matter is, I don't know what the fuck she's on about. I'm Gen Z. I'm a pretty staunch utilitarian, right? I believe in utilitarian ethics, right? Because there's an actual logical basis behind it, right?
I've seen what it does to people, not having a greater purpose or anything to strive for.
Yes, because you necessarily must be religious in order for a greater purpose. So, are you saying that you don't have a greater purpose? It seems like she doesn't have a greater purpose and she's projecting that onto everybody else that's not religious. No, bitch, you don't have a greater purpose. Other atheists do.
I was in the same boat for a long time, feeling like life was meaningless and like there was no point in trying anything at all.
Okay, and then you found that life is meaningful through what? Something independent of religion, perhaps?
In theory, a lack of religion should encourage people to go seek their own meaning. But in practice, that's just not what happens.
What are you talking about? Would you not be an example of that? Would I not be an example of that? In practice, it fucking happens. It's called being a free thinker.
More like, God doesn't exist? Great, I can do whatever I want.
Oh, that's so true. As soon as I become an atheist, I immediately become a serial killer. Oh, well, there's no God. Time to murder 20 innocent people. I'm so excited.
You get sucked into the endless vacuum of overconsumption and indulgence.
Overconsumption and indulgence? Do you think that Christians don't overindulge themselves? You think that there aren't any terminally online Christians? You think this is exclusive to atheists?
Is this really a better alternative? Who is benefiting from rejecting religion? I think
me, anyone that wants to be a free thinker, queer people, people that care more about facts, logic, reasoning, scientific consensus, people that actually need evidence to believe things instead of just blindly following something, people that don't want to be delusional.
I think my generation and those to come would benefit from a return to some amount of traditional values.
Traditional values like what? Exactly. The women being property, gay people being bad. Like, well, tell me, what traditional values? I'd like to know.
Religion was once the foundation of society's ideals.
Yeah, and society's ideals and morals were fucking stupid. Obviously.
And morals, traditional values. Religion was once the foundation of society's ideals and morals, but
ideals and morals such as what exactly? Endorsing slavery and racism? Yeah, I don't think that we can point back to what society used to be like and say, ah, yes, this is what our moral standards should be like. No. Some of the shit that we did as a country was morally abhorrent.
But now the media is the main source telling us what's right and wrong.
Ah, yes. The only two possible ways you could believe something. Religious text or the media. There couldn't possibly be a third way of obtaining information, such as doing your own research and analyzing things for yourself. There couldn't possibly be even an infinite multitude of ways that allow you to think in an infinite variety of things that aren't what the media tells you or what religion tells you. It's like she thinks that people need to be told what to believe. No, that's just you. You just can't think for yourself, which is a skill issue.
And that's scary, because if you don't consciously choose a value system, then the media will unconsciously choose it for you. The media
Okay, well, I consciously chose a value system, and it ain't Christianity or any religion.
will inadvertently become your religion if
The media will become your religion? Dog, what are you talking about? Maybe for, like, I don't know, right-wing Trump supporters that view Trump as some sort of fucking deity that replaced their religion with him. Maybe you could make an argument for that.
you don't have another value system in your head monitoring it. So
Okay, I agree that you should have another value system. I think that people should have morals and values. I think that's important. But that has nothing to do with whether or not somebody is religious. Somebody can be atheist. Somebody can be an atheist and still have values. I have stronger values that are more logically consistent than those of most Christians.
inadvertently become your religion if you don't have another value system in your head monitoring it. So what would you rather? Follow a value system that facilitates a productive society but might be a little homophobic? Or subscribe to whatever idea is trending in the media?
Neither. I don't have to choose. That dichotomy doesn't fucking exist. Like, what are you talking about? Like, how about neither? Like, oh yeah, yes, the two genders, religion and the media. Those are the only two belief systems. What the mainstream media tells you to believe and what religion tells you to believe. There's nothing else you could possibly believe. Free thinking, doing your own research. What the fuck even is that? What do you think I am, a fucking faggot? You think I'm gonna do my own research? Fuck that shit.
Great options here. I'm not prescribing that you
Yeah, great options here. Dog, you said that you're only giving two options. Yeah, those are shitty options. Well, thankfully, there's more options than that, called thinking for yourself. You know, I'm gonna choose the third option, called thinking for myself. All right?
you choose religion or don't choose religion. The truth is, everybody has a religion.
Dog, what are you talking about? Atheism ain't a religion. It's the lack thereof.
Some people are their own god. Others idolize a celebrity. We all have a god.
No. I'm a utilitarian. Like, what are you talking about? I don't believe in a god. I'm in favor of utilitarian ethics because it has the most logical justification for it.
Just choose yours carefully.
At the end of the day, it's a really dumb video. Oh, I actually left a comment on this a day ago. 'Cause why not? You can have actual values while being Here, I'm gonna actually read it out loud. Like this. You can have actual values while being an atheist. In fact, I'm a utilitarian who leans more towards moral. You can have, oh my God, I just want to read it for the video. You can have actual values while being an atheist. In fact, I'm a utilitarian who leans towards moral realism. So I hold some pretty strong views, and I have a purpose. You, on the other hand, seem to be delusional enough to believe in a talking snake and a magic man who walked on water, and you think that that will somehow fix the world. It won't, and it never will. Like, I'm sorry, but yeah, that's my YouTube comment. Like, I'm sorry, but believing in a talking snake and a magic man who walked on water isn't gonna somehow magically fix the world. That's just not how that works. Genuinely awful video. For whatever reason, you know, the way that her hair is parted has been bothering me the whole time. I really didn't want to say anything, but, you know, it's the end of the video or whatever, and I'm sorry it's bothering me. I don't know why. It just does. Her hair is making me angry. No offense if you see this, Sky. Okay? Anyways. Alright. I'll turn that into a video or whatever. I don't know. I don't know if that'll be a good video. I don't know if that was a good segment or not. I have no idea. No clue, actually. Anyways. With that being said, See, but how can you expect someone to respect your beliefs if you can't respect theirs? Not all beliefs are equal. Like, I don't know. The belief that black people should be second-class citizens is not equivalent to the belief that, I don't know, people should have equality of opportunity. Like, fucking come on. One of those positions is respectable, the other isn't. There's proof that Jesus actually exists. I agree that there was a guy named Jesus. I don't believe that he was divine. And has scientific proof of his blood only having one set of chromosomes. I don't believe that's the case. I'd have to see evidence of that. I don't know where you're getting that from. Respect is earned? Absolutely. So, why do you respect my delusional beliefs? Because your beliefs are fucking dumb. What are you talking about? It's not... But that's not a respectable thought. It's common logic. Well, huh? No, those are two opinions. Right? One of them isn't very common anymore. But it used to be, and it wasn't respectable back then either. Or at least it shouldn't have been. Look it up. What do you want me to search? I guess I'll search Jesus DNA evidence or something. I don't know. I mean, the first thing that shows up is no definitive DNA evidence to prove or disprove the historical the historicity of Jesus or his divinity. Did Jesus have XY chromosomes? Okay, this is AI. Dude, Dude, what is this? History.com? Oh, I guess they, like, found something that, like... Hold on. Oh, wait, that's, like, a video. But, like, it says... But I guess the excerpt says, by extracting and analyzing samples of each of these holy relics... Hopefully... Okay, they've retrieved a sample of DNA that possibly belongs to Jesus or a member of his family. But I'm not contesting that there was a guy named the Jesus. So, like, it doesn't seem to be the case. Okay, so we've got possibly found. Okay, Jesus Christ's DNA possibly found. Okay. This isn't really giving me what you're telling me it exists. But he only had a male chromosome? Yeah? Wait, you said he had an XO. That means that he didn't have a male chromosome. The Y chromosome is the male one. That's the male chromosome. The X is the female chromosome. If you have XX, that's like, you're most likely to be biologically female, unless you have like Swire syndrome or some shit. Anyways. You're a man as well? Man or biologically male? There's a difference. Well, I'm not even fully biologically male anymore, because HRT does change certain aspects of your biology, such as your secondary sex characteristics. But that's a different discussion. So I'd be like mostly male or whatever, biologically. There's only two genders, bro. Okay, so if you believe it's the case that there's only two genders and that sex and gender are the same thing, then what gender are intersex people? Here, wait, I'm gonna unhide them real quick so they can answer. Somebody hid them. I'm gonna unhide them just so that they can answer that specific question. All right, I need to know what their answer is. Let's see here. So many Christian relics, quote unquote, found in the 14th to 16th centuries are forgeries by crusaders and priests who were trying to make a name for themselves. The Shroud of Turin is a famous example. Yeah, there's shit like that where it's like, yeah, I don't trust that. You know what I mean? Just answer me this. What is X and XY chromosomes? Well, those are generally what indicates sex, but not always, right? So like, for instance, like XY usually means biologically male, but that's not always the case, right? Like there are instances where someone might have Swire syndrome. It's basically XY female syndrome is what it is. Where they will have XY chromosomes, but due to androgen insensitivity, they end up with female sex organs and female hormones by default. So there's also different chromosomal combinations such as XO, XXY, I think XYY. So like I wouldn't really defer to chromosomes. Yeah, the stuff about chromosomes is bullshit. Biological material from that long ago would also be very difficult to analyze. Yeah, you're not gonna find anything. One of your main arguments is that Christianity is wrong because it says gay people are bad. No, you pay attention, Thomas. Try again. That's not why I said Christianity is bad. I gave a multitude of reasons. Right? You obviously weren't paying attention. Right? I gave the example of infinite suffering hell for people's finite actions. Right? Obviously a fucking stupid ass concept. Also, thank you, YouTube bitch, for the $10, you beautiful fucking bastard. Saying Jesus may have just been a man, but others believed he was the son of God. You believe in the logic, which points him only being a man, but the hope it brings to people to be better is all that matters. I think people can be better without it. I do appreciate the sentiment, and I think that, like, look, if someone wants to be religious themselves or whatever, like, I think that's fine, right? But I don't think that they should be forced into it, right? I'm of the belief that, like a good way to like potentially raise your kid would be like, I don't know, introduce them to like a bunch of different religions and see what they like. Or if they don't fuck with any of them, like if they don't care, then like, all right, let them be. Maybe introduce them to it like a little bit later and then see if they fuck with it. Just be like, oh, here's Buddhism, here's Islam, here's Christian. Just see what they fuck with. You know what I mean? Just like teach them about a bunch of like random religions, I guess, you know, and just if they fuck with it or find that like one of them like resonates with them personally, then like good for them. You know what I mean? But, you know, if they end up being religious, they'll be more open-minded than the average religious person because of how they got there. I agree that religion shouldn't be forced, but tell that to Islamists. That's a cult. Sorry, but like all religion in my eyes is basically a fucking cult. I'm gonna be so real. Islam isn't especially bad in any regard. Like, all the fucking criticisms that you have of Islam can be applied to Christianity, right? It's like, oh, well, Islamic people hate gay people. Like, yeah, so do Christians. Like, what's your fucking point? Oh, no. We just hate the sin, not the sinner. It's like, shut the fuck up. At least Islamic people have the fucking balls to throw us off buildings. Like, at least they don't fucking lie about it. Like, goddamn. I'm gonna be so real. Like, I don't know. Like, I think that they both suck, but like, I don't know. At least Islam, like, kind of has like a little bit of a background. At least they fucking like practice what they preach. Whereas like with like a lot of Christianity, it's like they're like anti-gay, but like they also are like a very limp dick about it. And it's like, no, just say what you think. Just say you hate gay people. Instead of advocating for things like conversion therapy while saying, oh, it's actually in your best interest. I'd rather be thrown off a building. Thank you very much. Yes, I'd rather be thrown off a building than, I don't know, experience conversion therapy. Something that Christians have advocated for in the past. Not Muslims, Christians. You'd rather support barbarians? Do you think that conversion therapy wasn't barbaric? Or do you think it was barbaric? Who was in favor of conversion therapy? Was it A, atheists, B, Muslims, or C, Christians? Who was in favor of conversion therapy? Conversion therapy is what loving parents... See, this is what I mean. You have like the most limp dick response imaginable. Oh, I'm in favor of torturing gay people to try to make them straight, even though conversion therapy doesn't fucking work and just traumatizes them. Because I love them. Oh, it's for their own good. At least a Muslim will acknowledge that, like, yeah, of course it's not for their own good. What the fuck are you talking about? It's retarded. Anyways. It's like, no, you actually don't love your kid if you send them to conversion therapy. You might think you do, but you don't. Like, the fact that you lack the sufficient compassion to understand why that would be wrong, pretty yikes. Anyways. We're equal in the eyes of God. Wait, hold on. If we're equal in the eyes of God, right, that means that we're equivalent. Okay? So then surely we would all go to heaven, right? You reject the concept of hell? Or do you believe it's the case that we're equal, but some of us get sent to hell while others get sent to heaven? In which case, why would he send people that are equal to each other to different places? Just saying. I meant conversion is the lesser evil. No, it's not the lesser evil. It's like it fucking traumatizes people. People kill themselves from conversion therapy. What are you talking about? You know, at least if I get thrown off a building, it's like a quick death, you know? Like, conversion therapy is like multiple months to a year of, like, mental and physical torture. I think that, like, torture is worse than murder. Like, prolonged torture is definitely worse than murder in my eyes. Like, the same way that I view rape as worse than murder. Yeah, I know. A controversial take.
Yeah, I get it. It's okay to force gay pride and all this crap onto people that don't want to hear it. But no religion, SMH.
I mean, you can talk about religion if you want, if it's relevant to the conversation. But, like, I'm gonna disagree with you and tell you why you're wrong. Like, what are you talking about? Can't I have it both ways? Huh? Literally, what are you on about? Blood is just waffling. We're equal as people, but if you sin and don't ask God for forgiveness, for forgiveness for what? Being born attracted to the wrong gender, I guess? Like, what the fuck? This is fucking dumb. What if I ask for forgiveness, like, 1 minute after I'm in hell? Like, do I get to go to heaven? Oh, no, he actually doesn't forgive you anymore because he's only forgiving, like, before there's any tangible evidence of him existing. But when there is tangible evidence of him existing, he stops being forgiving and he becomes like cruel psychopath. Yeah, it's like, I'm sorry, but like, Christopher, what are you doing? Are you going to the Pride event? What's about all this shit being forced onto our kids, huh? How so? Because they are being told that gay people exist? Like, sorry, that's just objective reality? Like, no, you can't tell them that that's true. You can't teach them about evolution. Or that gay people exist? No, that's messed up. Conversion therapy amplifies suicide by at least 80%. Yup. Read the rest of the comment and don't brush the entire comment off after reading a few words. I read the important part. I read the important part. Right? Nothing you said after that or before that functions as a counter argument to what I just said. So, yeah. Anyways. Want to smoke with me, Femyoz? I'm not really a smoker. I don't really fuck with smoking. I don't enjoy the sensation of it. Facts are facts. You can't argue with them. Well, I mean, people can try. People can try to argue, but like they don't usually do very well. I'll pray for you. All right, man. Do what you got to do. Anyways, chat. How y'all doing? Y'all doing good? Anyways. Let's see here. Did I see bro in Chrome? What does that mean? What does that mean? Background noise, Femi stream is poppin'. Yeah, I'm good. Aw, yeah. Dude, we were getting so many viewers for a long time, right? Obviously, our shit died in the algorithm. We're like, you know, quite far into the stream. But like, look at this. Dude, we were like almost an hour with like over 200. Like, Jesus. Damn, 593. Holy shit. Dude, we were getting like hella pushed in shorts today. I have 41 subscribers. Congratulations. Are you wearing mascara? You better believe I am. I always join late when you get viewers, bruh. Yeah. I seem to be getting more viewers than I used to. But yeah. I don't know. I'm probably gonna end stream soon. I don't know. Maybe I'll do a phone stream. We'll see. We had a very good fucking stream today. Dude, we got what would that be? The 10 from Streamlabs, and then $100 in super chats. So that would be about 70 because of YouTube takes 30 from super chats plus 10. Yeah, I'll be 80. We need to get you one eyeliner. Yeah, I'll get myself some eyeliner at some point. I'm gonna slowly learn makeup. But yeah. I got pretty used to putting mascara on quite quickly because like it's been like what, less than a week, I think. Anyways. Anyway, good night, God bless. All right, good night. Look, here's the thing is that like American Muslims are on average statistically more progressive than Christians. So it's like, I don't know, I think that's like kind of bullshit to be like, oh, well Muslims are like evil, but like Christians are fine. Like, no. You can't have it both ways. So you did try to start learning? That's fire? Hell yeah. Yeah, the eyeliner arc is gonna be crazy. I'm gonna look like shit for a little bit. There's no way that I'm gonna be good at eyeliner. Because, you know, shaky hands. And no experience. Bro, I'm barely able to do mascara, and that's like the easy thing to do. Yeah, practice every morning. I just do it. Oh, for what? Eyeliner? Yeah, I could do that. And then like wipe it off because I don't want to like look ridiculous. For mascara, I was like, well, this is like, from what I've heard, like one of the easier things to apply. I now understand what people mean when they say, like blink into the mascara, right? You're not actually blinking. It's more like you're like squinting, kind of. Like you hold it here and you're like, in order to get on like your upper eyelash. Yeah. Like I didn't know. And I didn't even realize I was doing it until like I wasn't doing it that because like someone told me to. I just like started doing it like naturally. And then I remembered back when someone was like saying that they blinked into it or whatever. And I'm like, is that what they were referring to? was like, yeah, that makes sense intuitively. How about blush? It's a rather simple application. I might start doing that. Blush, maybe a tiny bit of concealer. Maybe. I don't know. My skin is fine, but it ain't perfect. You know. Anyways. How y'all doing, chat? You good? How's it going? Oh my god, chat's barely moving now. I disagree. I don't think most Muslims in the West are progressive. I'm not saying they're progressive. I'm saying they're, on average, I think they're more progressive than, they're definitely more progressive than, like, evangelicals. I don't know. I'm not saying that they're progressive. I mean, they're religious after all, so of course. But I'm saying in comparison to, like, certain denominations of Christianity, at least. Like, I know for a fact that, like, they're way more progressive than evangelicals. I saw that somewhere. I'm not sure about, like, I don't know, like, Lutherans or some other denomination. I'm not sure. Or, like, non-denomination. I would have to look into it. I guess I misunderstood it. Yeah. Anyways. I think I'm gonna hop off now. Because I got some editing to do. I feel so asexual after taking prog. My sex drive is a whooping 0. Wait, hold on. Wait, yeah, so wait, does prog decrease sex drive for some people? Because, like, I feel like mine is either the same or lower on prog. And I can't tell. I actually can't tell. Because, like, I remember I, like, skipped prog for a couple days. One day I forgot about it, and then I was, like, hornier than usual. And the other day I'm, like, off it, and then I was, like, it can decrease or increase depending on the person. I think for me it decreases my libido. You should debate Cliff. I don't know how to pronounce that person's name. Maybe. I don't know. Are they a good debater? I'm not really a debater, but I don't know. I'm not much of a debate nerd. New Femi videos in the works. It's just going to be stream segments. I'm just going to do stream segments, okay? Don't worry. All right? I can't stand the idea of fucking now. Yeah, fair. My drive has been so crazy high for being on HRT for 13 months. Yeah, like, at first, I was like, oh, I'm asexual now. And then, like, over time, I got, like, horny again. And it's like, oh, okay. But it's, like, a different type of horny a lot of the time. Cliff is not the best at all? Okay. At first, I was hypersexual before HRT. Oh, shit, for real? Damn. Yeah, I guess I was pretty horny after HRT. Mainly in terms of libido. Like, I had high libido, but, like, low levels of attraction to people. It was very I think I might be on the ace spectrum. I think I might be. Just slightly. I'm not sure. How you guys doing? I'm doing alright. How are you? You probably wouldn't. You'd be fine. Anyways. I'm gonna end stream now. I started having more of an affinity for men after HRT. Really? I feel like I'm less attracted to men after HRT. I think. With a few exceptions. Actually, I don't know. It's hard to say. Actually, maybe I am more. I don't know. It's difficult. Alright, I'm gonna hop off. Bye, everyone. Love y'all.